It's the white man's fault because you guys are writing graffiti on your own walls, inside and outside the tenement or the housing project you live in. The white man's supposed to come out weekly, or at least daily, or at least weekly, to clean up the graffiti that you guys. The white man is not coming there and writing all this tacky gang graffiti and crap on the place. He's not coming there dumping his litter inside your building and outside the building so that it becomes an eyesore to live in. He's not coming inside your places and making them roach and rat infested and not doing what he's supposed to do. He's not doing that, you know? And it's really funny because you can blame other people all you want to, but why is it that people that are not poor, that buy property so often, they don't have a landlord, a daddy, to come and clean up behind them? If their toilet gets broke, they fix it themselves. If a pregnant roach gets inside of our house or apartment or condo, whatever it is we live in, we get a can of Raid and some decon or whatever, and we kill them before they spread and get too bad. Same with rats or anything else. We call an exterminator, or we'll go to the supply store and get something to get rid of that crap. We're not going to sit around and say this place is roach infested and it's someone else's fault. Well, I mean, why don't you do something about it? Because see, you have that welfare mentality, that welfare mindset. You have that sense of entitlement where every problem somebody's supposed to solve. You know who's supposed to solve every problem you have? The same person you're blaming for everything. The white man. I'm sorry, but that type of thinking, and I know some of you don't like this because this is truth, it's raw truth, and you don't like it. It's going to get worse. But you know that I'm right. I'm absolutely 110% right, and you know it. You know I'm right. You know damn well I'm right. Everything I'm saying is the truth, and you know it. Let's see. Negative and ghetto environments. High crime rates in black communities. Let me see. High crime rates in black communities. Are you telling me that the white man, I don't know, the mafia, the Ku Klux Klan, is going into black neighborhoods and committing crime and nobody's doing anything about it? Is that why it's the white man's fault? Is the white man going into black communities committing crimes, and there's a high crime rate in black communities? You know what? First of all, that's not even the truth. People say it. There are black communities where crime is almost non-existent. High crime rates in certain urban black communities. How about that? That's better. High crime rates in certain urban black communities. Is the KKK that's going to these black communities committing crime? I don't know. Is the KKK sending his white women into these white drug addict women into these black communities so that they can prostitute? Is he sending his drug addicted, heroin addicted white people in the black communities so that they get strung out on drugs, whether it's cocaine, crack, or heroin, or some other narcotic, to the point where they start knocking people over the head, robbing old ladies, breaking into houses, breaking in cars, stealing radios, and committing all types of crime to support their drug habit? Is it the white man who is sending white people into these black neighborhoods to commit these crimes? No. Okay, so you're going to say that, okay, it's not the white man going into the black neighborhoods to commit the crimes, but the black people in the black neighborhoods are the ones committing the crimes, but it's the white man's fault. Why is it the white man's fault? No, let me see. You're going to say it's the white man's fault because in the case of these drug addicts, here we go. Here's a good one. In the case of the drug addicts, it's the white man's fault that the black man is in the black neighborhood that he lives in committing crimes, because the white man is the one behind the drugs, and without the drugs, there would not be drug addiction. Okay. Let's throw personal accountability and responsibility out the window. Let me tell you, if the white man were to go out to the beach with big truckloads of powdered cocaine and supplant the sand that's on the beach and replace it with nothing but powdered cocaine, where if you wanted to make a sand castle, you'd be making it with cocaine. If you wanted to walk through the sand, you'd be walking through cocaine. If you want to play in the sand, you'd be playing in cocaine. Now, obviously, this is impossible, but in order to make my point, the analogy is, for me, that if he were to do that, and if I lived right on that beachfront property, I would be no more inclined to take that cocaine and snort it up my nose, or put it in a crack pipe, or ingest it any other type of way than I am right now. There would be no temptation and no inclination whatsoever. And if they were to do that, you know who I would blame for the fact that I became a drug addict, in spite of the fact that they made the availability so easy? Okay, fine. I'll blame the so-called white man for doing that. But mostly I'm going to blame myself. And I'm not even going to blame the white man for tempting me, because there would be no temptation. There's got to be something about me that makes me want to go do something so ignorant and stupid. That's ignorant and stupid for a person to take something that is clearly so detrimental to the life and health of 99.9% of the people that mess with it. And I'm intelligent enough and knowledgeable enough to know that. So yet still I'm going to try to defy the odds and mess with that anyway. No matter what the white man or black man or anybody else did, I would not be inclined to do something so stupid. And if you do it, even if you're an addict, yes, it's stupid. It's very stupid. Let's see. Shuffling blacks in the crime-ridden ghettos. I've heard that one. So let me see. The white man says, nigger, you can't live in a decent neighborhood. You've got to go live in a crime-ridden ghetto. The white man says, no, nigger, we're not going to rent to you over here. You got to go live over there in a crime-ridden ghetto. And I know some of you are saying, wow, you just ignorant. You don't know what you're talking about. That's exactly what they do. No, it's not. What you're going to tell me and what you want to tell me is that if you're on public assistance, if you're on welfare, if you're on aid for families with dependent children or something like that, and oftentimes they don't give you a choice to live in a different neighborhood where there's rental assistance or public assistance housing, they shuffle you over into the area with the other black people when you would rather go someplace where there's not as much crime, and it might not be where all the black people are. Maybe there is a lot of black people there, but they pick and choose the black people they let go there. But they take many of you against your will, and they say, well, you have to go stay in this housing. Let me tell you something. Nobody owes your ass a thing. Nobody owes you any type of housing. Who told you they did? Okay? And who told you to be in a situation where you cannot afford to do what I've had to do my whole life, and that is go to work, make money, and pay your freaking rent, mortgage, whatever you do, to pick and choose where you want to live. And if you don't like where you are being relegated to live, and if you feel that you are being shuffled into a crime-ridden ghetto, let me tell you something. Nobody is forcing you to live any place. All you have to do is say thanks, but no thanks, like many people have done, many black people as well as other people, and say, I'm not going to subject my family to that, even though the rent is extremely cheap, okay, because of my poverty. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to get a second job if I have to, and we're going to live in a more decent neighborhood. And if you fail to do that, it's your fault. Not enough fathers in the home. Okay. Nobody is implying, and I'm not implying, that there should be more than one father in any one home. But within the African American community, I guess, they say that there are not enough homes that have a father in it. Again, how the hell is that the white man's fault? Okay. And I know what some of you would say, oh, you're just defending the white man. No, I'm not defending the white man, although I would have no problem doing that because it's a ridiculous argument. And just like an attorney who takes on a client, I would defend anyone that has if I can present a reasonable defense. So if you want to say I'm defending the white man, then so be it. But more so than that, I am attacking ignorance and stupidity. Okay? Because the white man absolutely is not at fault for all of the things that some black people want to blame him for. I'm not saying all black people, like I said, it's a tiny minority of black people that think like this. A tiny minority. So there we go. Negative upbringing. Plotting to keep us down. Deny you opportunity, give preferential treatment of rights, discriminatory hiring practices, police harassment, discriminatory laws, feeding us misinformation. Deny you opportunity. What opportunity have you been denied? The opportunity to learn to read and write. The opportunity to get a decent education. The opportunity to wait until you're married before you start making children out of wedlock. You being denied that opportunity? Are you being denied the opportunity to learn how to be productive in society and learn the skills you can make some decent wages, or even better, to start a business? Are you being denied the opportunity to start a business? I've got videos on my channel that talk about starting a business, and anyone that really was serious about starting a business could watch the video and go start a business the next day. You're making excuses. I mean, you could literally watch the video and go start a business the next day. You see? Because I'm not over-aggrandizing any of this. I'm just keeping it real and being honest. It's not going to be a McDonnell Douglas type business. It's not going to be, a major corporation like Google or anything like that. But it'll be a business. You see, the guy who takes his food stamps and goes to the produce market and buys a bunch of fruit wholesale and goes on a street corner and sells it